You know, it's a bit of a marvel that we as humans have made it as far as we have. There's so much destruction and civil unrest in the world that many of us won't even watch the news anymore. To say that the last few years have been hard on us would be a drastic understatement. But maybe that's part of the human experience, even if it feels like. I would love to tell you all that I started this project because I wanted to show others hope, but the truth is that I needed it. The What Gives You Hope project is actually from a deep desire to seek it out in the world when I was struggling to find it myself. What I realized though is that we're all looking for it, aren't we? We're all looking for a reason to keep going, to keep creating, to keep driving at full speed into the wildly uncertain future, because we have hope. Now, I didn't want to do this project just anywhere, so I decided to fly down to Florida to join the celebrations of Hall of Fame 12 at Full Sail University. I mean, what kind of crazy person goes around asking people about hope when the globe is on the verge of World War III, we're still having whiplash from a global pandemic, and the climate is in crisis?
You did!
Oh yeah, I did. The good news though is that I met a ton of incredible people, from students to faculty to some really impressive alumni that described a brighter future, one that I certainly want to live in, and I hope that you all agree. So to give you the gist, all participants were asked the same 3 questions. What gives you hope? What gives you hope for humanity? And what gives you hope for the world? While it may seem redundant, I wanted to make sure that everyone had the opportunity to speak about different things that give them hope, because for many of us, it's not just one thing, it's a lot of things, and that is all a part of the beauty of hope. All right, I've kept you waiting long enough. It's time to finally dive in and hear about what gives hope to the people of Full Sail.
What gives me hope? That's a good question. Really just looking forward to the future, seeing creativity, seeing how we can create what we can create for ourselves and the people around us.
What gives me hope is love. Yeah, I think that love is important in the world, to not only love yourself, to love others, to love everybody around you, just love.
Non-stop working all day long. I can feel that something's good is coming because we've been grinding right after class all day long, and I have a lot of hope for the future.
I think it's the passion that people bring to the table when they talk about esports or they talk about whatever it is they're passionate about. Seeing people that pursue their passions is the thing that gives me hope, because passionate people are the ones that change the world.
Failure gives me hope, weirdly, because the more you stress about it, the more you want to succeed. So, I guess in a way it makes you more hopeful.
I think something that gives me hope is honestly the generations that are coming up. They have a new way of looking at things. They've kind of seen what's been happening so far, and they're just ready to take on the future, and it's just a breath of fresh air. So the new generations give me hope.
What gives you hope for humanity?
To be better than those that came before us. Getting more involved at an early age and just pushing what they believe is right, learning about it to decide for themselves if that's right, if that's the future they want. That gives me hope.
Oh, my hope for humanity is we always gonna change, you know what I'm saying? I understand that the things that are going on is crazy, but we also gotta look within and change ourselves first.
It's definitely hard to keep hope from humanity nowadays, especially with what's going on in Russia and Ukraine and all that stuff. Just seeing the people around me, like when you have friends that are really caring and so on and so forth, and people that genuinely look out for you. Even like Hall of Fame is a great example how people are still, even though they've been graduated, are still really excited to come back and help students move forward in that. It's those little things, but it's really us as a humanity, us as a community, that type of stuff really makes me look like, okay, not everyone is as horrible as what we see on TV or on Twitter and so on and so forth.
Honestly, I think I don't know, because it's just like every day has a good day, every day has a bad day with me. But like, I guess when seeing people do good deeds like just for free and like kindness of the heart, so that kind of like gives me hope for humanity.
What gives you hope for the world?
Oh man, right now it's really hard to kind of have hope for the world, especially with everything that's been going on in Ukraine. Just the fact that like the world is standing behind Ukraine right now, we're just not letting negative action upon, you know, a group of people go without any sort of resistance. Kind of gives me hope that everybody's kind of coming together around that.
With all of the social change that we're implementing right now, like I'm really excited to see like the next generation, like how we've picked up the progress from our parents and then they from them, and like the more progressive side of things. Seeing that for this generation, because there's been so much like right now, I think that's really cool. Like that keeps me optimistic.
I feel international competition is always like such a key moment for the world. The Olympics, even esports events as we see it today, like I see a ton of players from different nationalities competing with one another. And I think esports is kind of taking that to the next level compared to maybe soccer or basketball, where you see like European players playing with North American or United States players. So for me, like seeing so many different players compete on the same team that are from Europe or Ukraine or from Brazil, and they're all on the same team, that really gives me hope for the world, because it shows that people from different backgrounds and cultures are working together for one goal, and that gives me hope for the world.